Hello students, welcome to biology class. Today we are going to discuss the first type of vascular tissue, that is xylem tissue. Now basically what is xylem tissue? The word xylem means wood. Okay, so the woody part of the plant, it is mostly comprised of xylem tissue. Now, the xylem tissue is a conducting tissue which helps in the conduction of water from roots to different parts of the plant. Now, beta, this xylem tissue, what it does, it provides mechanical strength to the plant. Means it helps plant to withstand very harsh climatic conditions like storm, heavy rainfall. Okay, so due to presence of this xylem tissue, the plant resists such harsh climatic conditions. Now beta, xylem tissue basically it comprises of the dead cells. It is made up of dead cells, means the cells which makes up this xylem tissue, they are basically dead. Okay, now this xylem tissue it comprises of four types of cells: tracheids, vessels which is also known as trachea, xylem parenchyma and xylem fibers. So what is the role of these cells in xylem tissue? Of which chemical the cell wall is made? Okay, and what is their shape? That we will discuss one by one. So the first cell of which the xylem tissue is composed is tracheids. Tracheids, that is tracheids. Now let us see this tracheids, it is composed of dead cells. As I told you, the xylem tissue basically it is made up of dead cells. Exception will come, that we will discuss later on. So tracheids, they are composed or they are made up of dead cells. Okay, and these are long tube-like structures which you can see here. I have drawn the diagram here. These are the long tube-like structures. Okay, the cell wall, this you can see beta, this is the cell wall. The cell wall is hard. Now why it is hard, that I will tell you. It is hard due to deposition of lignin. Okay, the cell wall is thick and it is hard. It is due to lignin. Lignin is a chemical of which the cell wall of this tracheids they are made up of. Okay, so it is made up of lignin. That's why the cell wall is thick. Okay, then beta this lumen is the space, the opening. This lumen is wide. Okay, it is wide, khula hua hai. Okay, and pits are present at borders. Pit mean at the borders you will find pits. Okay, so this is the structure of what? Tracheids, which makes up the xylem tissue. Now the second cell is vessels or trachea. Now beta, you can see the second cell of this xylem tissue is vessels, which is also known as trachea. Okay, basically these vessels, again these are long tube-like structures. Okay, these are long cells which are stacked, एक दूसरे के ऊपर क्या जुड़े हुए हैं. Okay, and again these cells they are dead cells. The cells they are dead and their wall is made up of chemical which is known as lignin. It means the wall is lignified. Okay, then beta you can see it forms a continuous channel. You can see here beta, this is one cell and this is the second cell. Okay, the cell wall it is lignified. You can see it is made up of lignin, and the cells, the end of the cells, it may be absent, or if it is present then it is perforated. Perforated means there are pores. Why there are pores? Just to make sure that the substance from one cell it reaches the other in this manner. Okay, perforation allows the movement of substances into the cells. Okay, so vessel, this is the second type of cell of which the xylem tissue is made up of. Okay, it is again dead cell. Its walls are composed of lignin and the ends of the cells are either absent or if present they are perforated. Pores are there just to make sure that the substances they pass from one cell to another cell. Now beta, one important thing is tracheids, the first cell of the xylem tissue, and this vessel which is the second cell of the xylem tissue, they together make the tracheary element of the xylem tissue. Means they are helping in the transport or in the conduction of water and minerals from the soil to different parts of the plant. That's why we say that tracheids and vessels together make the tracheary elements. Now the third cell of which the xylem tissue is composed is xylem parenchyma. Now let us see the third cell which makes up the xylem tissue is xylem parenchyma. So this xylem parenchyma is the only living cell of xylem tissue. Its major function is to store food and it helps in the lateral conduction. Lateral conduction means sideway conduction of the food and as well as the solute. Like when I say the lateral conduction means like I have the plant body from this side with the lateral conductions. Okay, if the water and minerals are coming from this side, it is the lateral conduction of solute as well as water. It is the lateral conduction of solute and water. Okay, so this is the only living cell in xylem tissue and its main function is to transport water, okay, through lateral sides. Yes beta, now the fourth cell which is the xylem fibers, you can see this is the fourth cell of which the xylem tissue is made up of. Now beta, what is xylem fibers? These are sclerenchymatous cells. These are dead cells. Okay, only the exception in this xylem tissue is xylem parenchyma which is consisting of only living cells. Now the walls of this xylem fiber, it is thick. Why it is thick? Again because it is composed of a chemical which is known as lignin. Now what is the function of this? Beta, it is providing mechanical strength. I told you what is mechanical strength. It helps plants to resist the harsh environmental conditions. Now you can see here I have drawn the diagram. The cells are long but with tapering ends. These are the tapering ends and its lumen is narrow. The space between the cells, okay, the inner space of the cell, it is narrow. Okay, means the lumen, the opening inside the cell, it is narrow. So xylem fiber, it is made up of dead cells. Okay, the cell walls, it is composed of lignin. The cell wall, it is thick due to the deposition of the chemical which is known as lignin. Okay, and the major function of this xylem fiber is to give mechanical strength to the plant. So these are the four types of cells which makes up the xylem tissue. First is tracheids, second is vessels, third is xylem parenchyma and the fourth is xylem fibers.